In a world of legendary moments will be captured. So stand up, scream, and make sure the boys feel you.
And the only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys? Yeah!
Well, we should be looking at the World Wide Web by now.
Well, does the World Wide Web look like two old coots with nose hair?
I hope not.
Then all I'm seeing is our reflection in the monitor.
Did you try clicking on the mouse?
We have mice?
Oh, no, the computer mouse.
Well, no wonder this is such a cheesy computer.
Oh, would you please just try to pay attention?
Well, if you'd say something
Hey,
worth
guys,
hearing...
what are you doing?
What does it look like?
Yeah, we're surfing the World Wide Web.
Well, it might help if you turned the computer on.
Turn the computer on?
Well, that's what he said.
Well, anything's worth a try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good evening, everybody. I was on mute. Game Time Brian, otherwise known as the Mailman. I don't know what's going on here. It seems like there is no video. Are you guys seeing everything? I hope you are.
I saw it. Yeah, everything looked good.
Okay, because on mine it's an error occurred. Please try again later. I don't know.
Nope, you're good. Yeah,
But
everything was great.
anyway, good evening. Good Wednesday hump day evening. Game Time Brian in the building with my partner, Primetime Phil. What's going on, Phil?
How's it going, guys? Middle of the week, so I can't say that it's over yet, but Cowboy news, it's never over, right? So
Yeah, listen, as you could tell by tonight's theme, I feel like we're watching the episode of the Muppets from back in the day. Jerry Jones reminds me of one Muppet, and Stephen Catboy Jones reminds me of the other Muppet. It's absolutely ridiculous what's coming out of their mouth, but in a weird way, I think it's all going to be okay for us, despite the Muppet Show. What do you think, man?
it reminds me of it's going to be a weird analogy, but it's going to remind me of like a cigarette. There's no filter with them. They kind of it's not surprising because like when you roll cigarettes that don't have filters, it's because you're trying to save money, and that's exactly what the Joneses are all about. So there's just no filter, man. They just talk whatever in their mind, whatever. I don't know, man. Just even with Steven, you don't have to tell the whole strategy,
Yeah. And we're going to get into the chat, and we're going to get into things that we are okay about, things we are not okay about. But let's just get real quick into the latest departure, Jonathan Hankins. Now, listen, he was one of the 3 or 4, of the guys I would like to have had back. Now, Ultra Cowboy did reach out to me. He says that, believe it or not, Mozzie had a higher Pro Football Focus grade. This was an analytic move. It did seem like Hankins wasn't the Hankins he was from the year prior. What level of concern do you have by Jonathan Hankins being gone?
I mean, I wouldn't say our running game was the best, but it definitely improved. It's kind of like one of those things. I'm not saying he in the elevation of Chris Jones, but I'm giving the example. Kansas City's defense, amazing, a really good defense. They kept them in the game and in the Super Bowl and everything. But you take Chris Jones out of that defense, and that defense is not the same. The stats are like 4 to 5 yards difference and third downs. Like it can mean the biggest difference when the one player is on that field. And it may be just a coincidence. I mean, the defense definitely improved, but when it comes to it, it's Zimmer's call. So, I mean, if Zimmer's bringing hey, let's bring him back and stuff, then you kind of have to go with the fact that he knows what's best for his defense.
Yeah. On the surface, I was upset. Now, I would be more upset if we lost Gilmore. I understand
What's up, guys?
I understand. Yeah, I'll get to the chat.
Yeah, a lot of good chat.
I understand the whole, well, we brought back Jordan, so that means that Gilmore is gone. I could see why you would say that, but to me,
I want him back.
I want him back because of his leadership in the room, injury at the position. Jordan Lewis has been injured a lot. So I think having a Gilmore, that doesn't stop you from drafting somebody else. I know we got, I mean,
I think what it is like, okay, so here's the thing. Okay, so you got your number one corner. Everybody knows without a shadow of doubt who that guy is. That's Diggs. He's getting paid the big money. Who's going to be my number two? You know, is it Gilmore in a lot of people's eyes, or is it Bland overtaking him and not going into the slot? Now, to me, it depends on how is your roster. Like,
right.
If you're playing that third position, that slot position is a very big position. But I always tend to believe that he kind of trails a lot of the times, and that's where he gets beat. But I can't argue the dog in him that he's been able to come out and really show some leadership in some of these games. So when I think of that, I have to think, is he better than what? Our third, fourth corner? Yes, without a shadow of a doubt. That's why I want him back.
Yeah, and that's what I'm at. What do you think about this? Just real quick, and
I think you're right. I think you're right, Jermaine.
Yeah, and then I will definitely get to the chat. You know, we're always late to the party. What would you think about maybe getting rid of a Deron Bland and trading him and seeing what we could get? Are we going to resign Bland? You know, that's my thing. Would you consider trading him? Now, I don't think we can. If Gilmore,
if I was going to trade him, I wouldn't trade him into his last year. Probably it would be one of those kind of situations.
But I mean, trade high, you know? Yeah, I mean,
I get you. I definitely, if somebody's willing to give it to you, I mean, if somebody's giving you his bank, yeah, I'd say you do it, man. You know, we all see that he has weaknesses and pros and cons. You know, everybody does, but you know, I really like him in this defense. I think, you know, this is what we've had a problem with in the past when we had guys like Morris Claiborne, what is Chidobe Awuzie?
Yeah, he just signed another year.
When we had these guys in there, nothing against them, but they were just batting balls kind of thing. And now we have some playmakers that can actually take the ball away. And yeah, they get beat with the gambles, but I love that they're setting up the offense with some extra possessions.
Yeah. Definitely. All right, I'm getting to the chat. We got Vinny Hagen in the house. I want to go back to the beginning, so give me a minute. Vinny Hagen, we got Clemente, we got Brad Harris is in the house, Joey Garcia. Let's see, Clemente, Gilly may not take a pay cut, which means, yeah.
See, and that's what I think is what do you pay for that third, fourth corner? And I think what is his asking price compared to what they're willing to pay for that third, fourth corner?
Yeah, I think Kendall Fuller is a good comp, so I think he's probably going to get more than Gilmore based on age. So Gilmore basically got 2 years, $16 million. I don't know how much of that was guaranteed. You're gonna have to give him $7 million a year, maybe $6 million.
Maybe if you don't put it in, you put in the incentives. You know, like
exactly.
You don't put it as base salary to something, but. You know, if you put him, if you get so many interceptions or whatever throughout the year, I think that will push it.
You got Chris May in the house. What's up, Chris? How are you? We got Chris May. We got JoJo. How are you, JoJo? Hamid, Mr. Eagle. What's up, Hamid? What's going on,
Crystal Caramel Corn. What's going on?
We got Crystal in the house. Asman. Can't believe we missed out on Hankins. Listen, Asman. He went to Primetime Sky, who's now the defensive coordinator out there, Durden. So
Seattle's over in Seattle.
Yeah. So
I mean, when the last time he was the defensive coordinator, he did win some championships with another league. So I mean, that might be a good thing. I just didn't see him. I didn't see his body of work when he was here in the defensive line.
What's up, Timothy Looper, Jermaine Carrillo? How about them Cowgirls? Yeah, how about them? Too broke to pay attention.
I like it. Oscar. What's going on? I like it.
What's up, Oscar? How you doing, buddy? Thank you for the kind words every day. I appreciate you. Let's see here.
Ultra Cowboy EJB in the house, of course. We're trying to get everybody just because
up,
you guys
Lee?
Are great commenting and stuff. The one and only Ron the Don.
Yeah,
Smith.
I love that name. Ultra, what happens first? The FBI finds Hoffa or the Cowboys sign another free agent? This is the deal. If you ever, a little birdie told me Hoffa will never be found. He was actually put in a car and he was trash compacted to literally the size of a 1x1. So he's gone. He has been disintegrated. So probably the free agent, I hope. So, but EJB, what's going on, man? How are you?
No, Jermaine, I wouldn't say 8-8. I'd probably say maybe 9-8. Maybe, maybe
Yeah,
9-8.
yeah. Right now, if you're asking me my record right now, 10 wins, something like that. But you're talking to me, and at the end of training camp, like I was telling Mark, me and Mark just filmed a video, Jeff Lee, that I'll be airing tomorrow, probably 2:00. So just know that it'll be from tonight, Jeff. So they are laying the groundwork to move on from Dak in 2025. There is a plan. I think that's Phil. I think that's part of the plan. I think that it's either he's all in or that's the alternative plan.
Okay. So let's say, so if his contract, for example, decides to run out and everything, and they decide to push money back, so he can walk away, we would just owe that dead money of those 2 years. Is that that's kind of what it's set up to be right now?
Yeah.
Which is fine. I mean, in that sense. But to me, it's just, I don't know, man. These two sides, it's just there's not a lot of talk. There doesn't seem to be a lot of hurry to it. It's probably something, again, we're probably going to see right in the beginning or right at the end of training camp, right? The way that everything's kind of going. So right before the season, maybe you might see something, but they don't seem to be in any kind of hurry to do anything. So
no, they don't. They do not. So I don't believe that they're moving on from Dak.
No, I don't. I don't think so either. And
I'm not sitting here getting in arguments about people who say anti-Dak or pro-Dak. I think he's going to be here.
My whole thing is, I would love to think that Trey Lance has that ability, but I've not seen it. Like,
he's thrown 100 passes in the NFL.
And even when his college days, it wasn't like his college days were a bunch either. So, I mean, to me, he doesn't have the body of work just because of where he was drafted. They gave up something. Like, I want to see him in the preseason. Let's be real. I want to see him in some kind of body of work doing something. Are we going, is he going to, show us something this preseason, or is it just going to be one of those things where it's like a Mike White and, he doesn't do anything here, but he does something else the next spot?
Yeah. Listen, he needs, and I've been getting inundated with emails, or replies to my videos, basically saying, we need to see Trey Lance and OTAs and we
do. But
they're saying it because we need to move on from Dak. No, we need to see him because he needs to be the backup.
To me, it's and I'm going to use the 49ers here, but it really reminds me of a possibility of like a Joe Montana. And I'm not saying that he's great, but a good veteran that knows how to win. And not say that in the playoffs, but again, you got to put a team around him. But then you have somebody that's nipping at the heels in the sense of a Trey Lance to Steve Young kind of thing, where he's pushing him to be better.
Yeah.
And that's what I want. I want competition and everything. Even if he's not going to be the starter, I want Dak to feel that pressure to go to push himself.
You never
more.
know. I mean, listen, injuries happen, especially at that position. That position, it's tough to stay healthy. He needs all the reps he can get. And if, God forbid, Dak gets hurt this year and Trey Lance steps in, who knows? The sky's the limit for this kid. He was drafted. Let's not forget what the Niners gave up for him. The Niners gave up a boatload of picks, multiple ones to move up to grab this guy. And the talent is there. It's just, are you going to be able to bring it out of him? At the very least, you're only one play away from your backup playing. Now, I know we got a lot of Cooper Rush lovers here.
I would love to get a quarterback out of this draft. One of these quarterbacks later in the third, fourth, fifth, not fourth, right? Unless we trade back and get a fourth. Right. But I would like to get one of those guys, a guy from Tennessee, for example, like got a great arm. But what happens? You're not going to get rid of Lance. So will you ride with a third guy on the roster? Are you going to dangle him in the practice squad so another team can grab him?
I don't see it this year, but
exactly.
I don't know.
And that's why that is the reason why, is because
you gave up a fourth for him. You gave up a fourth for Trey. He's your backup quarterback. The question is Cooper Rush is going to be Yeah, is Cooper Rush going to be taking up a third?
Zach Wilson seems scared to play football. He's
Yeah.
just like, and I don't blame him after being behind that Jets line, but like
Jermaine Carrillo or Carrillo, yeah, Dallas
Purple
rebuilding.
Zombies, nice.
I got
and that's
news for
what
you.
we were saying, reset and that's
Listen,
what I
hey Jermaine, are you aware that every NFL team on average flips their roster 40%? So if you're saying Dallas is going to flip it 55%, that it's rebuilding, as opposed to every year there's massive turnover in the NFL.
Well, my whole thing is that when we're talking about the draft and they're talking about their free agent, Dallas signing their free agent, oh, well, look at this last class. There's nobody from the 2018 class stuff. Well, I mean, because they all signed big ass contracts that we weren't willing to pay them. So, I mean, let's be real. It wasn't they were terrible at drafting. No, they did a great job and they couldn't keep everybody. You can't pay everybody. Everybody, there's going to be people that leak out of there. And so that a lot of that roster was people leaving. They about Dalton Schultz, man. That was a big one. There was a lot of guys that were in rotational positions. I mean, there's Noah Brown, for example. That guy was our 6th, 7th receiver, and now he's freaking starring over there in Houston and shit. So it's just like it's kind of crazy,
Yeah, absolutely. I'm way behind here. I'm trying to fly through this here. Ultra good. See here. I am really behind.
See, that's what
signed a
Ultra
nickel
Cowboy.
corner.
I agree.
Who
So Trey
cares?
Lance was named a starter in 2022, but got hurt in week 2. That's also concerns. Like, are you not durable? Is it a freak accident? What what exactly?
Well, you got to remember when he came out, he was looking to run at every opportunity. That like a young guy, that's what they want to do. They want to run.
And let's be real.
Yeah.
And you know it, I know it. Shanahan's not a quarterback whisperer. Either you run his offense and you can, or you don't. It's just there's no Mike McCarthy. I would say out of any of those is more of a quarterback whisperer. Think about all the shit that he had in Green Bay. Was it more Brett Favre or was it McCarthy? So
yeah. Ultra Cowboy says the Eagles signed all those players and they still have the same Super Bowl odds as the Cowboys. Solid offseason. I mean, listen, Ultra, I was listening to Jacob Sports and Dan Saleo today, and he absolutely obliterated every move that the Eagles made this offseason, which made me feel a little better. Hammering Devin White and what a not a good player he is.
I think they made some pretty good moves. I mean, I'm not going to say that they're
to a 3-4.
amazing,
this Huff guy
moves.
is always hurt. Yeah, I'm just saying they made moves, and I could appreciate that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it's about.
Yeah.
Let's see. Ultra, we want to throw Mozzie away, but he is better as a rookie than Jordan Davis was.
I'm interested to see that second, third year with Mozzie. That's really what I'm interested in. After a whole season of working out in the program, getting bigger, not having to
Jordan
worry
Davis
about the
did
whole
nothing his
speed
rookie
thing.
year. I don't know what you're looking at. Yeah, Hamid. I don't know what you're looking at, man.
But I mean, here's the thing. Like, am I comparing? When they talk about those first 5, he's a top 3 quarterback that was selected. Are you putting those in the same lump sum as the guys that got picked in the end of the round? Oh, well, they're just now they're all lump sum together.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, it's a different breed. I mean, they automatically are coming from championship breed or their athleticism, something standing them out that pushes them to the front. You're picking them up in the top and then that back. Yeah. So your guy that you picked back there is Nolan Smith. That's your guy.
That was my next word. Yeah. He was 2 spots ahead of Nolan Smith. He had way more contribution than Nolan Smith did.
That's what I'm saying.
So much so that they're worried that he's not going to be amount to anything, and they're going to see this year. But listen, you're going to find out very soon about Nolan Smith because they're trying to actively trade their only good pass rusher.
And I like Nolan Smith, but I'm kind of surprisingly disappointed by his
lack
NFL
of anything.
Anything.
Yes, exactly.
There's been points where he's had some flash, but it's been very, very far between.
Again, revisionist history with some of these Eagle fans is ridiculous. I have nothing against Nolan Smith, but you can't bury Mozzie. He was basically right there with Nolan Smith. They were like right there. You guys were 2 spots behind us. I don't understand. You're trying to compare Mozzie Smith to Jalen Carter, who was the #1 overall rated talent in the draft on my board and on a lot of people's board. The only reason why he went down to 9 was his off the field concerns. So, yeah, again, I don't know why we're getting into these comparisons between Cowboys and Eagles. The bottom line is, you need to give all these picks, Jordan Davis, included, 3 years before you know whether they are truly busts or not. So this is a big year for Davis. This is his year number 3. Mozzie, this is year number 2. So we shall see. Nolan Smith, year number 2. We got plenty of time. So let's, Devil Dog, what's up, my man? How are you? I see a lot of different. I see 7 and 10s, 13 and 4s. I'm in that 9 to 11 range, probably 10 wins. With the Cowboys, that's where
the way their current roster right now, I am not.
Well, 10
a
isn't
fan
what
of it.
I'd
give you 9 if you're maybe. I'd give you a little bit over 500, but that's about it. Like,
yeah,
they got a lot of holes.
Yeah. So, what do you think about? Let me see here. How's my volume? Am I bad?
Oh, okay. On my side, you sound great. Man.
Yeah, well, last time I didn't, so hopefully I'm not. Hey, everybody in the chat, do I sound like I'm echoing? Because I forgot to check. I could always.
Michael down. Clown show not giving Dak anything to play
Is this any better? Is that
but we've already done that. Like, let Dak not have any weapons and see what he does. Like, you got to stop wasting years like that, man. Like, I mean, he's got weapons. I'm not really worried about the weapons part of it. Maybe, of course, the running back. I need a solid running back there. I need a number 1, a guy that's going to pick up some blitzes and stuff. That's why we talk about a guy like Trey Benson, because he has that more body built for that. There's nothing in this draft that you're sitting there going, that is that guy, where there was 2 last year. There's not that guy this year. So I think, obviously offensive line is where you need to work on anything offensively. Defense, man, I think that's where that needs to be the majority of the draft is in your defense, unfortunately.
Hey, Clemente, I just tried something. How's the audio sound now? Is it any better? I think I figured out what I have to do when I have this Zoom on. Let me know if this is better or worse than it was a minute ago. But yes, Jermaine, your QB went 1 and 6 down the stretch. Yeah, again. Here we go. Your stomach will echo after a fresh Guadalajara. Man, we will get. I don't think I'm doing a Rosie O'Donnell. I may do a Shaq, but a Guadalajara. Now you just. I'm not even going to read that one. So anyway, I got to get to my thing here. Just look at the comments, make sure, because I did do something to the. I muted the audio input and I just left my mic. So hopefully, okay. They're saying I sound better. So
yeah.
I think what was going on, Phil, was I had my mic aux, which is I have to have it with this mic, and I had the audio input the same. So I think it was looping my signal.
The good father's in the house.
What's up, Mark Holmes? Listen, I want to get to something here. The Cowboys came out and said they were all in, okay? All in. All right. That was the Muppet. That was the short Muppet that said that. All right. I just want you guys to know.
I like turtles. That's what he's like. That's exactly.
I have
he
that
just randomly blurs something out.
I
We're
like
all
turtles.
in. You're like,
there you go. I like turtles.
I think he was just deflecting. Maybe it was again. Is it the way that we're saying on the other broadcast where? Is it a poker term? Is it more of a poker term where, when you all in, you're not discarding any cards, you're not picking up anymore. Oh, I'm going to discard a 3 and pick up 3. No, I'm all in. I like the cards that are in my hand. So, you can take that, but at the same time, you're talking football, dude. Like, talk football. If you're all in football, that means you're going to go all out.
Oh, man, I'm all hopped up.
He's an ass, man. He's just the way they talk. They want to just backtrack. Very political.
Yeah. Our free agent departures, Phil. Okay, Washington loaded up. What's up, Pioneer? Washington.
We're gonna lose Gilmore, and I don't like it.
That's the one I don't like. But Washington took Armstrong, Biotish, Fowler, and Igbenogany. They took 4 of ours. Out of that 4, nobody I really cared to have back. Yeah, it would have been nice to have
Armstrong. Armstrong
back.
was the only guy that we
at
were
6
like,
or 7
yeah, it'd be
million,
nice.
8 million a year, not at 50.
But we knew that he was going to be getting up there. 13. I was thinking he was going to get like 12, 13. But got to give him credit, man. He definitely got a nice payday.
You got Tennessee took Pollard. Okay. I'm glad for him. He's going home. New York Jets. Good luck with Tyron Smith.
Yep.
You got Hankins goes to Seattle. Now, him next to Leonard Williams will be formidable. So I'm looking for that. Miami, you got themselves a Gallimore. So those are all the pieces that we lost.
And then there's stuff. You guys still got like Gallup that's going to end up finding a home. There's gonna be other guys as well that gets picked up. That's not going to be the last of it.
Yeah. Re-signed. We re-signed Rico. Which,
Boom, Rico, suave.
I mean, what's your thought on Rico?
I like it. I like the move. I need something other than Deuce and Malik. Is Malik Davis here still?
Yeah, well, yes.
Okay, so I need something. Yes. I need a more bruiser. If I was to start today, I would feel better about Rico starting, pushing it, and then having one of those other guys kind of complement.
Don't forget, we got Hunter Lepke, who I really like. People say he's a fullback, but he's actually a running back. He's not. He doesn't.
Nothing wrong with being a fullback, man.
But I mean, he's actually a running back. Everybody says because he's size.
But smack 48 on his ass and like, let's go.
Yeah, he had one bad play at the goal line where he's a young kid and he didn't have his hand under the ball. All right, I get it. And we got little Deuce.
To me, like the best, some of the best offense has a featured fullback in it. And so I mean, you look at
Tommy Montoya.
Yeah, we're gonna give you San Francisco as an example in that sense, but they got a good fullback there. He might be leaving because they can't come to an agreement with their with the paying and stuff like that. But right now, I mean, yeah, if you can get a good fullback back there, I mean, ooh.
Yeah. I mean, we brought back C.J. Goodwin. We brought back Jordan Lewis. Okay, I was surprised, but we haven't released the terms other than
rotation.
Lewis got a all guaranteed contract. Hey, Alina,
but do you feel better going into, like, if you were to start a game now, do you feel better about Diggs, Bland, Jordan Lewis compared to Eric Scott or Izzy or
I need
because
back,
let's be real, the back of those corners, those all those guys, those are Dan Quinn guys.
I need Gilmore back because my draft.
Oh, trust me, I'd feel great. I'd feel great with Gilmore.
I mean, like
your dime would be amazing.
Like we got shake without the bake. You know what I mean?
Shake and bake.
Yeah, it's true.
So, and we brought back Trent Sieg. So, which I told you we had to. So,
that might be the most important one of them all.
We brought one outside free agent in, and that was Eric Kendricks. I got the name right, people.
A key one, a big one.
Yes.
That was something we need.
Felix Rojas.
He's an actual linebacker.
Yeah,
he does not solve all the problems right there, but he's a piece, and that's a linebacker. Not your safety coming up and pretending.
Yeah, Vinny. Diggs will be an unknown. Here's the
I agree.
Here's the deal.
Yeah.
Diggs will be fine, but you can't count on him out of the gate. Just like Overshown. Just as I mean.
I think Overshown is just gonna be a gun. You're like, just aim him somewhere and shoot.
Do you know who I'm excited for? And he was injured last year. He was never put on the injured. Oh. Well, no, I'm talking about Junior Fehoko. Junior Fehoko, we loved him coming out of the draft. Now, I don't know. He played edge in college, but I think he's going to be more of a linebacker. But I'm not sure. Ultra, what do you think about a Fehoko? Where are they going to play him? But he was a tackling machine in college. So
I would like him at outside linebacker if you're doing a 3-4 and he's one of those
but I don't
like
know
Von Miller type things.
If
he's like a Von Miller type where he can hold the edge. I mean, he'll be able to do that. So
now, still remaining, we have 4 free agents that are still remaining out there. McKeon, tight end. I say no because of Stevens. Schoonmaker needs to get more, involved.
Reps,
We have
Stevens,
and we got Hendershot, who's going to be a part of this team. So Sanjay, what's up, buddy? He's a defensive end in college, but I don't know that. So Ultra, you're saying he's going to be a defensive end then? Okay. Zimmer likes a big D end. Is he big though? Is he that big? I didn't think he was that big. But anyway,
He is a bigger dude. No,
Is
he
he?
is. He is. He's
Okay.
a bigger guy. Yeah. If he gained some weight, he would definitely.
Well, that's why I'm
But
asking
I think he's got power. The thing about it is he does have power. He's one of those guys that
Thanks, Sanjay. 4-3.
he's
Okay.
definitely a guy that plays past the whistle.
He's
kinda
really
dude.
like an unknown because we didn't see him at all.
And I think that was a strategy. I think that was the one strategy that actually worked. They dangled everything else, and every strategy didn't work. But don't put any film on him. Nobody will grab him. And I think that was their strategy.
Yeah. But I'm excited about him, Sanjay. That's basically what I'm saying. What's up, Timothy Looper? Jerry must have put Joe Biden on the advisory board. Yeah, right. J-Ron Curse is still out there. I don't know how much he's going to get from another team. I don't know that he'll return back to us, but
Which one?
J-Ron Curse.
Yeah, I mean, I would be okay with that one. That'd be another one I'd be okay with, because he would actually play the safety role instead of having to play that, position that he was having to play before. I mean, he'll probably still, try to have to cover tight ends and things like that. But
Yeah.
I don't think he's, he's not going to have to play as much down in the box as much.
And Edoga, he's a free agent. We already covered Gilmore, so we don't need to go back there again. But there's 4: Gilmore and then Edoga. Edoga, I hammered him from day one last year. I wanted no part of him. And do you know why, Phil? Because we never got to see Asim Richards play left tackle. When everybody's so worried about that we lost to Tyron Smith. Oh, my God, we lost Tyron Smith. Oh, my God, what are we going to do? He only played 13 games last year, and we're acting like that he played every game. He played,
and that was amazing that he played those 13 games.
He played that was like double what he's normally been playing. Yep. He normally plays 7-8 games a year. So the fact that he played 13 was great, but it was only 13. So what I was telling Phil, I remember every week, Edoga, I can't believe we're doing it. And he was playing like shit, and I blame Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy did not want to go with a rookie left tackle, Asim Richards, 5th-round pick after North Carolina, who held his own against the big boys. He wasn't dominant in college, but he is a young building block that everybody just seems to forget. Okay, everybody seems to forget. So, but I would have liked to have seen him last year over a Chuma Edoga who did nothing but almost get Dak killed. Now we still don't know about the player. So, very, very annoyed at that. The rumor I'm hearing is that the coaching staff is high on Waletzko.
And that's what I've heard since the beginning.
The problem is
Waletzko can't stay healthy, man. Like him and Josh Ball, that's like a carbon copy. I copied the exact same guy that can't stay healthy, man. It's like one got a hip, one's got a shoulder.
He's actually hurt both shoulders, man.
Dude, it's just, and that's the part that's frustrating because those are the guys like. Let's be real. Did we have any big, huge hopes on them? No, they didn't flash that because we didn't see anything. Even in training camp, there was no activity. They were getting hurt right off the bat. So when you got guys like that, they're not going to last in the trenches. When you have to go in, week in, week out, having to battle like a Zach Martin has to do for year on, every single year, and he's done it at an all pro level. But those are the type of guys you kind of know that right off the bat. It's just. Guys like Jimmy Johnson knew that, and they send him to the other field. You remember that?
Yeah.
Or they just send him off you wouldn't see him. You could tell those kind of guys, and unfortunately, it's kind of bad luck that you get hurt, but dude, you got to move on. It's a business part of it. The ones you respect, of course, are guys like LVE, obviously having to retire. For it, a lot of people ask, why did the Cowboys release him instead of? I think it was more to pay him the money, to allow him to have that money. Because if he were to retire, he wouldn't have got that money, correct? Am I wrong?
He would not have.
So, I mean, they give him that money by releasing him and stuff like that. So I think it was a pretty good gesture by the Cowboys. So he'll come back in short little contract to retire.
As of right now, what's up, Mouse? As of right now, we are going to have, Mark, what's the exact number? I think we're over 90 million without a Dak deal. Just remember, that number goes even higher if we have a Dak deal in place, a CD deal in place. We have over 90 million in cap room, Oscar. I know you asked earlier.
But what about there's no Dak? Let's say there's no Dak.
No Dak, then that goes down a little because then we have to absorb more. But that's where they just added 2 years, so it's not like so it won't be that bad. Mark's the numbers guy, but again, I believe Dak isn't going anywhere. I think people. I'm sorry to tell you, non-Dak people, I think he's going to be here. If he's not, then he won't be, and they'll have plenty of money. I mean, I believe he'll count like 30 something against the cap next year. But I don't know. Getting to this whole defensive line thing, I think that there is something big going to happen either during the draft. I think we're going to be trading a 2025 picks for players. I really do. I don't know if you saw Mark Holmes's video about Diggs. I know everybody's down on Diggs, but if Buffalo trades Diggs post June 1, then now that means we draft, okay? Let's say we don't take any receivers in the draft, yada, yada. Post June 1, he's only a $9 million cap, $8.1 million cap hit for the Bills. That's what's probably going to happen, and you trade a 2025 pick for him. But, I mean, if it's not a Diggs, what would you think of a Derek Brown?
Nice Ultra Cowboy.
They designate Dak as a post-June 1 cut, 2025. Their cap jumps to 114. Yeah, see, again, so he's telling you even get more. Yeah. So, regardless, this whole cap, and we're not in cap hell. We just are not bringing back these older veterans who didn't help us enough to win a playoff game. And they're going to move on, whether we like it or not. I don't like it. I mean, I don't like Hankett's gone or Gilmore.
Things got to change. There's things that got to change. Unfortunately, that's
you
the
win
truth.
3 straight 12-win seasons. We don't have chokers on our team. You can sit there and say what you want. We lost to a better team in the playoff. We just did. We got out-coached. We got out everything. We had D-Law talking about players retired. D-Law wasn't tired. He was talking about other people. So, thanks, Mark.
Thank you, Mark.
But, yeah, so, again, I can't believe our fan base, Phil, is so enamored with the salary cap, and God forbid we need.
Well, it takes somebody flashing it in their face before they start freaking out.
Like, just everybody slow down. It's just a number. It's just a stupid number that can easily be manipulated.
You know what's crazy is that Stephen Jones even came out and said that, I'm not, salary cap isn't one, something that concerns me in the sense of getting it to the right numbers. And
I think it's a philosophy more than trying to get. If they wanted to get under the cap, there's many switches, but they're purposely not flipping them to extend out the contracts of players that they may not necessarily think are in our plans beyond the next year or two.
Well, that's what we kind of thought. Like a couple of years ago, we kind of were at this point where we're at the end of Dak's contract. There's going to be a lot of contracts ending right at that time. So that's going to be a big decision on whether you want to keep Dak.
What's up?
And now it's come up. That time
has
come up now. And I think it's even funny. I mean, even down to the coach, they're not extending things. I mean, it's interesting to see, is that something they go forward with, or are they going to get those extensions?
All right, Sanjay, you can get rid of them, but bring in better players to replace them. Again,
I mean that's easier said than done, right?
Again, my thing is this. Who do we lose that you're so worried about? Again, Hankins, okay. That's the one move where it's like, ooh, okay, who's going to help us stop the run? Okay, well, there's obviously...
Well, we're not done yet.
Yeah. We're not done yet. This is March 20th. We haven't drafted anybody. I don't know how the draft's going to go. And we get caught up into, we need to hit on every draft pick. We need 7 starters. Okay. Not everybody was a starter, and that's not going to happen. There's a lot of things to play here. Kid Cowboy, that's your opinion. 4 needs to go. That's your opinion. You're not right. You're not wrong. That's your opinion. That's all. 4 has won a lot of games in this league. I want you to tell me who we're getting that's going to be better than 4. If you can give me a name that makes sense, then I'll move on from 4. But who? Don't give me Trey Lance. That's not going to happen. Don't give me Caleb Williams, because me and Primetime Phil, you're not getting Caleb anyway. But we are definitely not sold on Caleb Williams. All these quarterbacks get overhyped, over-talked about. I don't believe he's no Patrick Mahomes. Caleb Williams don't even want to be medicaled at the combine. He don't want to work out. I question Caleb Williams. What's your opinion on the Caleb Williams, Phil?
No, I've not been a part of it, even when he was in the middle of it. The moment that I was like, are you kidding me? Was when he was demanding a part ownership. Whoever drafts me, I want part ownership. Yeah, I was just like, really, this guy? Like, he definitely, I give him credit for having that,
Right.
Those balls to kind of just, hey, I'm the man, you want to put your franchise around me.
I'm the man.
But, he just, oh, they show him today. Oh, he's throwing these deep passes. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of nice when there's not a defense in your face,
Yeah. Listen, Kid Cowboy, I want to see Trey. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, I really do want to see it. I want
I'm
to
not
see what we
hating
have
on
there.
Trey, but we can't just assume he's the guy.
Yeah.
Dak's going to be here for another year, okay? If Trey is unbelievable in OTAs and in scrimmage games and in the preseason, and God, forbid Dak gets hurt or something, and he comes in and he's unbelievable, then it's easier. It's easy, right? What you can't do is when you sign Dak, is you can't make it a no trade clause. You gotta, you could structure to where if you had to trade him or wanted to trade him, it's possible to trade him. That's all. You got to be smart about how you do it. There's gonna be a lot of teams, whether we like them or not. There's a lot of teams that would take Dak Prescott in a heartbeat. So he hasn't had many down years in his career. So I'm sorry to say, well, we all want more playoff wins, and I agree. I ain't gonna lie, but I'm not gonna. I think that whole statement, Phil, is we need to run the ball better and we need to stop the run. I think that's the main ingredient in winning in the postseason. Stout run defense and being able to run the ball as an offense. Remember DeMarco Murray, people? We need to get back to being physical at the point of attack and run the ball. So, and we're going to start doing more mock drafts as it gets closer. We're just a little over a month away. We're going to draft us a young back, Phil. We're going to get a Trey Benson or a Braylon Allen or whoever your flavor is. We're going to get one. And And we're going to get an offensive tackle or a guard or a center. I don't know who. It's hard to. We're not going to get all three. I just saw an article on. I'm looking at it now by Nick Harris on DallasCowboys.com. Brock Hoffman is ready to be the guy at center in 2024. I don't think JPJ is going to be there, Phil. I know we both love him.
I agree. I definitely agree. I would love it if he is there, but I agree. I don't think he'll make it past like 17.
Yeah, so that's the deal. Rico is power back. We need a speed back. Okay, so Sanjay, if we bring Rico in, all right, and then we're sitting there in the second round and we take Trey Benson or Brooks out of Texas, how would you feel about that?
Here's the thing, though. Like, I'm going to be real with you. I would not put the franchise on Rico's back. Like,
Rico.
Yeah, he played pretty good last year, but he is not
that guy,
shown.
pal. Trust
He
me.
is definitely
You're
shown
not
in
that
his
guy.
history that he is a back that is going to be hurt
Absolutely.
at some point in the season. So you cannot rely on him being that main guy.
Yeah. Sanjay says Barton will be there. I like Barton, but I told this. Well, you guys can see it tomorrow, but I have a weird feeling, Phil, and we're going to be at the draft. We're going to be looking at each other, but
Yeah.
I think we trade down from 24. I don't care who's on the board. I think they trade down because they need those picks. And then I think they trade down to 28 or 29 or 26, whatever it is. And then I think they trade out of the first round altogether. I think they trade again to the top of top 10 in round number 2 and just stock up on the day 2 and day 3 picks. How would you feel about that?
I'd be okay with it. If our guys get wiped out or whatever,
But I mean,
but
we're not going to get totally wiped out. Let's say we drop from 24 to 26
But obviously, it's their 20 best. I mean, if they're not, their 20 best is not there, then yeah, they're all about trading back. And I really think a lot of the great players that can be, instrumental to probably the team that you're trying to build are going to be in the middle of this draft. So if you can get a lot more of those picks, yeah, it's going to be nice then.
I mean, I see a lot of different names, and listen, Dallas isn't going to be the only team going after a running back. So just remember, Benson will be the first running back taken because of Brooks's ACL injury.
Think about it. Think about last year where they were talking about they were devaluing the running back. Oh, the Dallas is probably going to get Bijan Robinson because nobody's valuing it and nobody's paying the running backs. Look at what just happened this offseason with running backs.
Thank you so much, JoJo.
So to me, to think that nobody might pick them early, even though there may be none that are worthy of going early, it doesn't mean really anything, right? The Raiders picked 7th round draft picks for a while in the first round. So JoJo.
Yes, just wanted to show a little appreciation and love. Thanks for all you do. Keep up the excellent work. The mailman always delivers. Thank you so much, JoJo. I appreciate you. I really do. I appreciate all my regulars. What's up, Serotonin Cowboy?
Bang! Bang! Oh!
Jay Couch.
Yeah.
Just get him in this spot. Say Dallas going to suck ass this year.
Jay,
you may not be wrong. You may not be wrong.
Hey, Jay Koch, you want to bet? Come back, buddy. Make sure you come back during the live streams. Don't get me wrong. We're not going to win 12 this year. I'm sorry. Now, I hope Ultra's right. Ultra's the Ultra. I mean, I hope he's right. But I'm already on record. I don't care if we don't win 12. I want to see more postseason success, Phil. And if that means playing our young guys, when I say young guys, let's not forget about these names, okay? We have Nashawn Wright, okay? He's going to be in the final year. Nashawn Wright, big boy. We need to find out about him, do we not? Eric Scott Jr., we gave up a 5th this year to move up last year. And he's a cornerback. Had a hell of a preseason. Never saw him. Again, miffed. Israel Mukwamu, who was one of the biggest reasons why we went to Tampa Bay 2 years ago and beat on the road in a playoff game. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers had an unbelievable game. He didn't sniff the field. These are going to be guys in a prove-it year. So it's not like we don't have corners.
Take care, Timothy.
So, what, he's leaving? I got to go. Sorry,
Serotonin Cowboys, what's up?
So let's not forget about those 3 cornerbacks. I'm not saying I love Nashawn Wright, but he's a hell of a special teamer that those guys, you just can't get rid of all of our special teamers and expect our special teams not to suffer. So, again, let's not forget about that. I think this team we just got hoodwinked a little bit. We got hoodwinked.
Say it, I say it again, you've been had.
The ringmaster brought us into the circus. Got us to buy his ticket.
Bamboozled, led astray, run amok. This is what he does.
Yeah, we were hoodwinked by the circus, and the circus meaning Jerry Jones. It was all like ridiculous BS that he had to do that and got some of our hopes up. But in the end, we all knew better than Dallas was really going to do anything different. Nothing in Dallas happening. Jermaine, you're so negative, Mr. Philly guy. Come on, man. Listen, just turn on Jacob Sports or, anything not named 94 WIP, and they're not all excited. So just calm down. If the Joneses don't want to sign Dak yet, why don't they go all in and give him the what? I can't read it because it's
give the team the best shot.
Yeah, because it's behind that heart that
because
I can't stand.
I mean, if you have to extend him, you would have to extend him to do that. That means you have to come up with a contract. That is that right there. Number one, before you can start signing anybody, there has to be that. And so if you don't do that, what are you signing them? It's just as soon as they did that extension.
What the fuck is your problem?
They just pushed those 2 voidable years. When they agreed on that, all of a sudden you saw Rico come back. I mean, there were some moves that were done. So to me, it just seems like they're really kind of just trying to open up some money there. and really kind of focusing on that. Maybe even CeeDee Lamb's contract.
Yeah. Well, Jermaine.
Oh, the language on you. You blow your father with that mouth?
Come on, Jermaine. Calm down, man. You're so negative. Come on, bro. Come on. I'm just lighting him up with all my drops.
Well, Dak, here's the deal. I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence.
I piss excellence.
I'm interested to see what these draft from this past year do now. 1 year in, Mozzie probably hopefully getting his feet. Going to be a different coordinator. Again, I think his weakness is just getting off the ball. Like he can incorporate some of his power into some of his stuff, but like getting off the ball is just something that Michigan
What's
taught
up,
him.
East Side?
He hasn't gotten away with it. Schoonmaker going to be that number 2. Is he going to actually start catching, blocking, things like that be available? I mean, he has the potential, but again, we were talking about Fehoko. He wasn't you don't really see much of him last year, but again, we love his motor on him. So I think there's some potential for these guys, but you can't. Yeah, I mean, they still haven't shown anything yet. So sophomore year, hopefully a lot better.
Yeah, just looking at the 2023 draft, we were just talking about it. Let me just run down the draft list. And I think when it's all said and done, Phil, it won't be as bad as we originally thought. Mozzie, okay, he needs to get better. He's putting the weight back on. I think Mozzie under Mike Zimmer will be a lot better. Luke Schoonmaker, okay, I think he had that Liz Frank, he didn't have the Liz Frank. He had the plantar fasciitis. That's not a fun thing. I don't know if you've had it before, Phil, but it's ridiculous. Luke Schoonmaker is going to be a decent player, man. I mean, we could sit back and try and question the pick, but he was coming on towards the end of the year. And Lunda Wells, year 2, as Ultra likes to say, he really, like the tight ends, really jump in that second year. So I expect with a good offseason, Luke Schoonmaker went, a healthy foot to be good. DeMarvion Overshone, are we forgetting about Overshone? What he looked like in preseason, sideline to sideline, tackling machine. Okay.
You just can't put a lot of expectations on his,
Exactly.
recovery. Exactly.
And, just like Asim Richards, I already told you, Fehoko, we talked about Eric Scott Jr. It's not like we don't have players, people. We just haven't seen them play. Deuce Vaughn, I get it. He's a complimentary back. Jalen Brooks, I love Jalen Brooks. But let me read you real quick our free agents, which I think we are arguably the best team in the league after the draft is over, going out, getting the best players that were not drafted. Hunter Lepke. Okay, I think before it's all said and done, we're going to love Hunter Lepke. I'm just telling you, he's a very good back. We picked up Tyrus Wheat. He's gone. We picked up, who was it? Isaiah Land. He got sucked up off our practice squad. David Durden, you remember the wide receiver? David Durden looked really good in preseason. Tore his ACL. It seemed like ACL was the injury of choice last year. Let's not forget Phil's alma mater, Oregon, T.J. Bass. He's going to be a starting guard for us, potentially, if the draft goes a certain way and we decide to kick Tyler out to left tackle. He will slide in and be our starting guard. Free agent. He already got playing time last year and looked really good. So... And Princeton Fant, the tight end, and ending up with Jalen Moreno-Cropper, the little special team / receiver. There was a lot of players, like a lot of good players taken last year. They just didn't get a lot of action.
No.
So I think, again, I want Gilmore back. I'm holding my breath that we can bring him back. But I just want everybody to just take a breath. Let's let the draft play out. Let's fill in with the free agents after the draft. We'll see how it goes.
And then we can burn this mother to the... No, okay.
Exactly.
Sorry.
Then we burn it to the ground. But, I mean, either
Until
way...
then, let's stay calm, guys. Stay calm.
Yeah. John Stevens. Yo, what's up, Chris Johnson? John Stevens. He was looking like one of the best tight ends we had in camp last year. So
Stevens, you talking about?
Yeah, John Stevens. Remember, he was a receiver in college, big boy. who was converted tight end and was just catching touchdowns. Emmett, no, I don't need Emmett. Like I could use, I would say Larry Allen. I'll take Larry Allen back. We will have a real young team. Let's go. Yeah, Vinny, I'm just trying to let people know it's not as bad as people think. We're the team that's won 3 straight 12-win seasons.
But it's still pretty bad.
Well, it's not great right now.
No.
Okay. But again, I'd rather roll with young guys than to try and patchwork it with a lot of these older veterans. Give me the young guys and let them play. You never know. What if we, you know what I mean?
I get what people are saying in the sense like this team is definitely not as good as it was by the time it ended the year. But again, this is only beginning of the offseason. So I'm interested to see where they go. Right now, we predict in the sense of, 9, maybe 10 wins as of the team sits right now. So that's still winning, that's still a winning record. That means they have guys that can make plays in futures. So, we believe in some of the guys that are here. You need a lot more. You just need a lot more.
Yeah. Yes, definitely. Again, I'm not here blowing smoke saying we're going to win a division. As of right now, we're not. I don't know who is.
I agree.
I'm going to play it by ear. Just real quick, a little birdie told me that the opening game, Thomas Garrett, is going to be Cleveland versus the Eagles in Sao Paulo, Brazil, week 1. What do you think about that, Phil?
Man, these guys just want to be everywhere, don't they? They're just everywhere.
The Eagles lose a home game. Now they get 9 this
year. Would it be the Eagles?
Yes.
Would it be the Eagles?
Yeah,
wow.
That's what I was told. Yeah, Eagles and Cleveland in Sao Paulo. You get Jalen Hurts hooking up with the Brazilians. That'd
probably be the only Philly home game I'd want to go to, really.
Sao Paulo, yeah. I wouldn't mind going to Sao Paulo, but not to see the birds.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not going down there to see them. They're like, why are you coming down here for that?
Philly D, you believe they took a home? It looks like I think you guys play Cleveland at home, right? That would be your Philly's home game, correct? I believe so. So, what's up?
Interesting.
Broadford,
I think that's what they should do.
Man?
I think that's what they should do. So, you know how you have that uneven game.
Yeah.
We have like 17 games.
You add an extra bye week.
So no. What you do is each one has their 8 away, 8 home, and then that one extra one should just be some random stadium somewhere.
Yeah.
That's not your stadium.
Yeah.
Not yours or their stadium. Just some
Sao
random.
Paulo. Yeah. Well, I think they need to add an 18th game, get it over with, and add another bye week. Extend this bitch out another 2 weeks.
Another bye week. Yes, exactly. Bigger rosters. Let's do. Yeah, I like it. You see the competition committee. They're like, they're also trying to see if they're going to do that hip tackle.
Yeah.
There's a couple of things there.
Thomas Garrett, that'll save me some money. That's another Dallas home game that I can go to. Well, the more I think about it, Mark's going to a training camp. I don't know that I'm going to do training camp. I may want to go to a Dallas game next year. Maybe Phil, I can get him away from the beach and his job and go to a Dallas game. And a little pricey.
I would say if anything's going to pull me away from the beaches, that sounded wrong. It's going to be a Dallas game.
I think that we might have to do it. What's up, Broadford? How are you?
What's up, I love weed?
Broadford? I love weed. Heading home. What's good, man? Not much weed. You going to the draft or what? Are you going to be in Detroit? I need some backup, bro. Man, Brian, you have to go to training camp. I know. You want me to go to training camp. I know. Captain Morgan or Fireball? I would have to go Captain Morgan. I've had my share of Fireball, man. That's like lighter fluid. But the best way to drink Fireball is to have it ice cold. So, but give me Captain Morgan. Brian, you have to go to training camp. We need to meet at Pink's, bro. I know. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe I can do both, but I don't know. Game time, we'll go to the Eagles and Dallas game in Philly. Yeah, right. I've been there, Philly D. It's, I'm trying to get Mark there, but Okay, so you're only 25% you're going? Come on, man. You guys crack me up. So, but anyway, all right, I think I'm going to wrap it, people. It's at an hour.
Oh, wow.
Like we got 61 people strong in here, unless you guys want to keep going. I don't know what you want to talk about. It's up to you. I mean, like, is there anything you want to talk about, Phil?
No, I mean, there's always stuff to talk about. I mean, they got a lot of people with mock drafts.
Here,
there's a lot of there's people over. This is mock draft time. I think.
Yeah, that's it.
Just everybody's kind of the guessing game.
Too broke.
It's kind of like a March Madness bracket. The odds of you being right are not very good, man. So it's going to be interesting. Just in general. I mean, even the first one we were talking about Caleb Williams. I mean, we've seen in some mocks where they, Drake May is in there, and so
yep.
So I'm interested to see what these teams think. I when I do the mocks and you see PFF with their grades, and then you see these other mock drafts, .com, whatever has their grades. It's just, to me, it's just I find it very fascinating because scouts, where do they finally rank these guys, and to have some maybe put needs ahead of best player available. I think if you got at least a lineup that could go out and play, and then a game, you're going into the situation in the draft where, for example, like that year where we got CeeDee Lamb, it was just one of those ones where, you had some needs, but man, that was too tempting of an offer. Like the other game, Bobby? The other day when we were doing that mock draft, Brian Thomas Jr. dropped to us. Would you be pissed off if they picked him?
Feel like nothing good was ever going to happen to you.
Yeah, and nothing did.
I love Brian Thomas Jr., so if that happens, that would be a tough one.
Yeah, so there's certain picks that I'm just like, it's not a need, but man, it's nice. It's nice. That might be a jersey later.
Yeah. Yeah, Vinny, I like to trade back, grab some more picks. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Captain Trade Back. We're all about that
listen, here. If you're telling me I'm going to get into the 30s just in the second round and yet get another third round and a fourth round, if you trade back twice, I would be.
So let me ask you a question. If they traded up and gave up like a third or whatever that to jump up ahead to get a guy like the center out of Oregon, would you be upset with that, getting rid of the draft pick?
I don't think they're going to do it. They
can't. No. I'm talking about hypothetically, because these guys don't like to do that stuff. So
yeah, if he's like within a couple, I would definitely want to go get him. Yes. Okay. But they're not going to do it. Everything I'm reading,
if anything,
they're going with Brock Hoffman. And they may go with
that'd be okay. That'd be okay. Guess what, though? Centers can move to guards as well. So, I like them at guards.
Yes. Yes. But I think they're looking at guys like Von Prawn, Granger out of Georgia.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's a center that jumps out in the guard position. That wouldn't be a bad pickup that you can get later on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I got news for everybody. There may not be a left tackle on the board at 24. You're going to be looking at guys that aren't left tackles. Mims is most likely going to be gone. Tyler Guyton, as much as I like him, he has a lot of ifs in his game. He's not a lockdown. So
yeah, I agree.
If Mims is gone and you're staring at Guyton, and then you're staring at a Jordan Morgan, who has T-Rex arms, and most scouts have him playing guard. Okay, so why not trade back? Just why not trade back and let another team that may need a tight end if the tight end drops, or Brian Thomas Jr. I know people say, well, you can't trade away from that. Watch them. They will not take Brian Thomas Jr.
It just depends. Well, if somebody's eager to get up there and get Brian Thomas Jr., that's where you're giving
it's
me
not like you're
big
not
amount.
Taking them. You're gaining and
you're using that advantage to get extra stuff. That's the whole point of it, to try to use that leverage. Have you not seen Draft Day? Have you not seen that movie? That hypothetical, if the Cleveland Browns could actually run their front office.
Brad's going with you at 24.
Oh, I like it.
So what are you doing?
My back. I'm going with Prime. No, he's talking about me. Well, what position am I going to play? Is that what you're talking about? Ooh.
I guess. Good luck with that, Brad.
Yeah, exactly. I don't. Oh man, my back ain't like it used to be.
Good
man.
luck with that, Brad.
Ooh. I don't think my 40 time is probably like 6 seconds.
I will go with. Hold on, let me go back to Asman. Asman's asking some great questions, and I'm ignoring them. I would go with tequila over vodka.
Ooh, man, I had bad experience with tequila.
And I would go now. See, you're asking the wrong question. I would go rum and whiskey are my two best.
Oh, I love rum. Rum's my
like vodka. I like vodka, but I get a little nuts on vodka.
I get a little headaches like if I drink too much.
Yeah, well, you know. No chokes,
I mean, drink too much. I mean,
never
like
mind.
3 shots of vodka.
Yeah.
I just don't do vodka very well.
Yeah, vodka don't sit well with me. Ultra, they did not trade away from a CD with huge holes on defense, not trading away from Adonai Mitchell. Or all right.
I'd be okay with it. I'm
not saying I would hate it. I'm just saying I don't think.
I'd be like, I get it.
I love Weed runs a 4.20. You get it? Yeah, he gets it.
Oh yeah.
You look at it.
Oh yeah, look at back there. Look at that. Look at that. I get it.
I know. If Dallas does just give up on this season to get over the money issues again, JBW.
But every team has to at some point.
There is no money issues.
There is no. Yeah, it's not.
They're making the issue. They're not flipping any switches that every other team has done.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I'll read your comment. To hit in the 25, then we should keep McCarthy because it doesn't seem fair. Listen, McCarthy's a big boy. He should be stomping his feet, and we don't know that he's not saying, "What are you doing?" But
well, I mean, look at this. Okay, let's be real. Okay,
he's making
so
$10 million.
Your quarterback. Okay, we're in a big debate. Well, does he get paid $60 million? Does he get an extension? Does he get this thing? He was MVP runner-up last year. He was this and that. Does he go to here? Does he champion? You know, there's all this stuff about him. Okay, boom. You got a backup quarterback that they're actually talking about possibly.
Brad?
Hey, why don't we get him starting? Why is he could be traded for this? You got a solidified backup that could be something there. Your running backs are iffy, but when it comes to your fullback, you feel a little bit better about Hunter Lemke, right?
Yes.
You don't feel like you need to replace him. Your tight ends, do you feel like you need to get better at the tight end position? You're feeling pretty good with the 3 that you kind of got, even like Hendershot in there. I mean, the offensive line, again, you need to, but do you feel good with CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, Tolbert, these guys coming into the wide receiver position? Like, I feel good with those. Maybe another weapon out there would be good. So, defense, you still got DeMarcus Law. Sorry. You still got Lawrence out there. And then you got, of course, on the other side, Micah Parsons, if they're playing him in that position. Mozzie's got something to prove. Are you picking somebody else in the second round to fill in that? Osa's coming back. That's a good one. I'm not saying that they're all the answer. You need to figure out something else there. Linebacker, you got a good Kendricks. Got Damone Clark coming back, Overshown. Who else am I missing? I know I'm missing somebody else in there.
You're doing good, man.
Yeah, but like when you look at corner, you're feeling good about corner. Safety, I feel way better about Wanye Thomas back there than Curse. I love Wanye Thomas back there. Malik Hooker, we're kind of going to debate like that. I like Bell as a backup. So, I mean, to me, you've got a good team. I mean, I don't feel like you have a terrible team. It's just what else do you go out there and get right now? You already had your chance and they blew it. They blew that chance to get better people. Now you're just replacing, really. If anybody you're bringing in is just going to replace maybe something that you lost, and it's not going to be improvement.
I agree. Yeah, Brad, I know you're joking, buddy. I just can't. Actually, I mean, like Phil will tell you, the chat is moving, and I have to. You know what I have to do, Phil? From now on, I gotta hit the slow. These prime time videos, it seems like we get more. They're hopping, so I got to slow down the chat. Never had to do that before, but I guess I'll have to do that. Yeah, I can't always see it, Brad, but yeah, I would go with Phil over me anyway. He played college ball, so you're totally good with that.
I'd be like, I'd be like
I don't know
Tyron
what he's
Smith.
got
I'd give you a
left,
couple.
man.
I'd give you a couple of games, and then I'd be
No,
out. I'd
no,
like, I got to
no,
rest.
no.
Like a couple, maybe one or two more games, and then like,
No, he'll give you 1 or 2 plays.
oh, there we go. Yeah, right now, yeah. If there was no training,
Like
I'd
Mark
be like,
said,
"Yep."
he's got 1 play left in him.
I'll throw the ball to complete. I'm like, yep, I'm gonna go ahead and retire on top right
Bobby,
there.
yes, Zeke is still available. Yes, he is. Ultra,
Yeah,
I
I
wouldn't
mean, that
be
would not be a
opposed to
bad thing.
nothing. But
That'd not be a bad-
Ultra, let me ask Ultra a question. Would you be okay with us trading down and getting more picks? That's a
It all depends, right? He's gonna say it because it makes sense. I mean, I would say the same
answer. Who's there? Who am I
he's
giving
gonna
up?
say if Brian, I'm not trading. I'm not going away from Brian Thomas. Okay, well, again.
Well,
that's
there's
not
4
a
of those
bad
receivers that there's
Maybe
a
they'll
debate on
take
who's
them.
the better.
I don't know. Now, Ultra did say that McCarthy, or no, he was at the Alabama Pro Day. So Alabama has a shit ton of players coming out. So
yeah,
Dante Foreman's gone. He signed today with the Cleveland Browns, Arturo. So Dante Foreman is gone. Then again, I'd rather not have a veteran at this point. I think it's smart to wait till after the draft.
Oh yeah, I'm all about after draft because you don't know what you're going to be feeling pretty excited about.
Okay, I got you, Ultra, and you'll be there to hear us.
No, man, no. I think I'm down. I think I'm under 6. I used to be 6'1", but I feel like I'm shrinking. Each time I measure, it's not the same. I'm like, I swear I used to be taller.
World. Everybody's saying, wow, you're short. Yeah, I am pretty short. So David Cowboy, I just need my 4th rounder back. So it all depends. Like if Mims is there, I'm taking Mims. Okay, I don't care. I'm taking Mims. He's a mountain of a man. My original mock draft was Tyler Guyton.
Brad. Tyler Guyton. Yeah,
Zeke
I mean,
called me last night.
Tyler Guyton is kind of one of those guys
that
that is like a Tyler Smith, where you don't have a lot of hopes onto him, but he could be surprising. I did it. We were getting. I mean, let's be real. I mean, how many times is Mel Kiper actually right? And he called the Tyler Smith thing. And when I saw that call, I was like, I don't really. I've seen his game. I'm not too impressed. He's not terrible. I guess I'd be okay with that pick. And then that's what it ended up happening. I was so surprised.
Yeah, I know. I just gave him the enough, the Darth Vader enough.
Enough.
That's what I just told him. Enough, bro. Chill out. You guys
that'd be amazing. A second and a 4th. Ooh.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying you can get a
I mean, that's there's interceptions. There's a lot there. I mean, if you're going to get that would be the high point.
In interceptions since he was in the league. He was drafted in the 5th round. Nobody knew who the hell he was. I don't believe he was invited to the combine.
George, good stance. I love it.
I'm 5'11", 300-ish. I like the ish, Vinny. I like it.
It depends on the day. Right?
Rookie running back every 3-4 years, draft a new one. That's unfortunately.
Ultra Cowboy, you are correct. Yeah, Ultra Cowboy. This is not a good day 3 draft. I think once you pass that 5th round, it gets kind of. There's some people you can get there, but
at
man,
that point,
it does.
It does. Wait for the free agency,
That 6th and 7th round is like, whoo. Yeah. And you look at them like.
Yeah. Here you go, Jermaine.
He poked me in the eye. Captain Insano shows no mercy.
Anyway, Jermaine. Oh God, here we go. It's getting brutal in here. But all right, everybody, we're at the hour and 15 mark. I'm gonna wrap it up here. I am off tomorrow. I'm going to download a video and I'm going to premiere it tomorrow around 2:00. I'll be live. It's almost 40 minutes, so that'll be like my lunchtime chat. We could talk in there. I'll do a morning video. I do got stuff to do around here. It's gotten cold again here. It's like friggin' winter again. It's in the 40s. So, wow, man, I'm between 6'2" and 6'4", depending on which.
No, I like Deuce. I like Deuce Vaughn. I think Deuce Vaughn's a good 3rd down back. Not 3rd down back, but like
the Deuce
our 3rd rotational back. So no, I'm definitely for Deuce being on there. I'd pick Deuce over Malik Davis, but I guess it depends on what style of defense I'm going to go against. I want to be able to go back and forth between Deuce and Malik.
We gonna draft one, people. We gonna draft one. Stay safe, no drinking to Detroit. Ultra, yeah, we definitely gonna have fun there. Me and right before we went live, I was talking to Mark. Mark was telling me about the room.
Yeah, Mark was getting us all excited.
Dude, like the room we got, it's over 700 square feet for a room. Is pretty big, so it's nice. We are like living large in a suite. It's like a corner suite too, where we're like overlooking the gangs and stuff in Detroit. So that it should be a hell of a time. But yeah, Weed needs to come. We're gonna have Ultra Cowboy there. Whoever else wants to come to the party, we're gonna come hang out. We're gonna find a place to live stream, and that's what we do. We it's nonstop draft and
I got a coworker that's from Detroit, so he's giving me all these places to go to. So I mean, I'm looking forward to it, and especially we're going to be doing it a little different this year. Where I felt like Brian and I were talking about it just a little while ago. How the first one we went to was just obviously we're meeting Mark, and then talking to them, and then I was meeting obviously DMV, meeting Brian for the first time. So there was all that. Then the day that we go in, we're right there at the draft. The day of, we're going out the NASA. It was just
I was a zombie,
so much.
Man. I drove from my house to Mark's, which was 3 hours, right? And then I fall asleep on his couch, wake up. We drive from Washington, D.C. to friggin' Kansas City nonstop.
Kansas City!
That's like that was like a 12, 13-hour drive or something. We get in there at 4 a.m. There's 5 of us piled in there. We didn't. It was a zombie at the draft. And like people were like, oh, man, you looked high. Well, I wish I was high. I was friggin' tired. So this year it's going to be nice. Smoke only room, all welcomed. LOL. Jermaine, they have a small tent set up for you in Detroit. Yeah, it's over on the south side, Jermaine. It's kind of off the beaten path. Good luck, bro. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. We're getting there on a Wednesday. Phil.
Afternoon.
Phil. What time's your flight get in?
Oh man, if I'm thinking off the top of my head, I want to say it was around noon or so.
So did you make arrangements to get to the hotel or what? How's that?
No. I just kind of figured closer. I'd be like, hey, you guys gonna be there? No, okay, I'll get some. Get an Uber or a taxi or something. Yeah. I wasn't really concerned.
Yeah, like how far is the airport from the hotel? Did you go?
Like 20 minutes away.
Okay, that's not too bad then.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah. So I did see where the hotel is like $40 a night if you leave to a park. So once we're there, I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. But we're like, we're in a really good spot. We're right by the People Mover. So you get out of your hotel, you go down, you hop on the People Mover. You might have to have a shank. I'll bring the blades. You can't get them on the airplane.
The airplane, yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I'll bring the heat. So we'll be good. But all right, everybody, we're gonna roll out of here tonight. I appreciate everybody. We were a good 65 strong for most of the stream.
Great
I really appreciate everybody. The channel's growing.
You're doing a very good job, man. Very good job.
Phil, make sure everybody. I put Phil's channel up at the top.
And I appreciate the subs, honestly.
If you're not already subscribed, please do so and make sure you share it. We need to get this going. And we're going to be, I believe we're going on Saturday night on the Primetime.
As of right now, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll be on Saturday night. Hopefully we got more to talk about. In the meantime, Game Time Brian is out. Phil, anything you want to say on the way out?
No, man, it's a great crowd. You guys have been amazing. I love the conversation, the back and forth, the banters, stuff like that.
Oscar.
It's a good group, man. It's and then seeing new names as well. Like there's a lot of new names
Thanks,
I saw. And I'm not sure if they're on your lunch, but definitely
most of them are. Jermaine will show up and flex his eagle muscles every now and again. He can be rude, but I appreciate him coming in and spending some time. So
he's like, caw.
Between Brad and Ultra, they can take care of Jermaine. But you're welcome. So, all right, everybody. Take care, and we'll see you on Saturday. I'll see you in before there, here, there, everywhere. Peace out.
Take care, guys.
Late.
Hey, man.
What?
I'm cool. This is me. We're gonna jump on that spaceship and get out of here. Let's go.
No judgment. Shoot.
Get to smash that subscribe button. You know what? I'm gonna give it. I'll give it 4 out of 5 avocados. Korg?
I was raised by avocados.
Oh my God! Just kill me now.
Ho ho ho.
Green Giant.
Hey! We know each other. He's a friend from work.
I think it's going really well. I know. This is literally the first time I took my gun out of the holster. Right.
And that is why we need a triumphant video.
You guys led us to this. Thank